Our objective in this lesson is to solve quadratic equations by extracting square roots. Let's have a quick activity. Tell me my roots. Be careful. Notice the signs. If you are given just like this one, it means you are asked to give the principal square root, and that is the positive square root. So in this case, the answer is positive 5. If you are given like this, then you are asked to give the negative square root of the number. So the answer here is negative 5. And if you are given like this, positive and negative square root of a number, then you are asked to give the two roots. So the answer here, positive and negative 5. Let's have some more. What if you have the square root of 16? Answer here should be positive 4. If you have negative square root of 100, then the answer is negative 10. And if you have positive and negative square root of 49, your answer should be positive and negative 7. Some more. This time we have negative square root of 121 divided by 64. The square root of 121 is 11. The square root of 64 is 8. Here is a negative sign in front of the radical symbol, so the answer is negative 11 over 8. Here, the square root of 144 is 12, so we have positive and negative 12. And this one, you are simply asked to give the positive or the principal root of a square root of 1, and that would be positive 1. You have learned the standard form of a quadratic equation in one variable is expressed as ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Now, if we do not have a linear term, meaning our b is equal to 0, then this equation becomes ax squared plus c is equal to 0. This is the standard form of a quadratic equation when b is equal to 0. Now, how do we solve this kind of quadratic equation? By extracting the square roots. It is a method of solving quadratic equations in the form x squared is equal to c. It would help us if we know the square root property. The square root property tells us the number of solutions or roots depending on the value of our c here. So if our c here is greater than 0, then expect two real solutions or roots, the positive and negative square root of that number. If this c here is equal to 0, then there is only one real solution or root, and that would be 0, because the square root of 0 is 0. And if this c here is less than 0, meaning negative number, then there is no real solutions or roots. It would be imaginary roots. But we are not going to discuss that in this video lesson. Here are the steps in solving quadratic equation by extracting square roots. One is to write the equation in the form x squared is equal to c over a. Second is to extract the square roots of both sides of the equation. Remember the square root property here. And last one, check the answers that we got by substituting it to the original equation. Let's have an example. We have here x squared is equal to 36. So step 1 is to write the equation in the form x squared is equal to c over a. A here comes from the numerical coefficient of x squared. So the numerical coefficient of x squared here is 1. So if we divide 36 by 1, it will still be 36. So meaning this is already in the form x squared is equal to c over a. Let us proceed to step 2, extract the square roots of both sides. This radical symbol here and this index will simply cancel out. Remember that if your c is greater than 0, then you are expecting two real solutions or two roots. Those are positive and negative. The square root of 36 is 6, so we have x is equal to positive and negative 6. Let us check our answers. To do that, let us substitute first positive 6 in our original equation. So this will become 6 squared is equal to 36. Are they equal? 6 squared is 36, and so they are equal. Next, let us substitute negative 6 in our original equation. So this will become quantity negative 6 squared is equal to 36. Are they equal? A negative number raised to an even exponent will become positive. So 6 squared again is 36. So this is 36 is equal to 36. And that is correct. Therefore, our answers, positive and negative 6, are correct. Let's have another one. X squared plus 15 is equal to 15. So first, we are going to move this 15 on this side. It will become minus 15. And 15 minus 15 is equal to 0. The numerical coefficient of our x squared is invisible 1, so this is okay. Now, c here is equal to 0. And square root property states that if c is equal to 0, then you only have one real root, and that is actually equal to 0. So let us check this one. Let us substitute 0 in our equation here. So this will become 0 squared plus 15 is equal to 15. Are they equal? 0 squared is 0. So this will just be 15 is equal to 15. And yes, they are equal. Therefore, our answer, x equals 0, is correct. Why? Because if you extract the square root of 0 here, it will still be 0. Try this. S squared plus 9 is equal to 0. So first, let us move positive 9 on this side. It will become negative. Now, it says in the square root property that if c is less than 0, meaning negative numbers, then we do not have real roots. Let me explain. First, let us define a square root. A square root of a number is a number that when multiplied by itself gives the original number. Our original number here is negative 9. If you are going to say that the square root of it is 3, when you multiply 3 by itself, or just the same as squaring it will give you positive 9, not negative 9. If you are going to say that the answer is negative 3, when you multiply negative 3 by itself, or just the same as squaring it will give you positive 9 also, not negative 9. Why? Because there is no real number that when you multiply by itself or you square it will give a negative result. Hence, our answer, no real roots, is correct. Another one, we have 2x squared is equal to 4. Notice here that our x squared has a numerical coefficient other than 1. So we have to eliminate this 2 here. And to do that, we are going to divide both sides by 2. So this 2 will cancel out, leaving us x squared. And then 4 divided by 2 is 2. Since the numerical coefficient of x squared here is just the invisible 1, we can now extract the square roots of both sides. So this square root and exponent 2 will just cancel out. Our c is greater than 0, so we are expecting two roots, positive and negative. But since square root of 2 is not exact, we'll just write positive and negative is square root of 2. Let us check our work. First, let us substitute positive is square root of 2 in our original equation. So this will become 2 times square root of 2 squared is equal to 4. Are they equal? This is square root and the exponent 2 will simply cancel out. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Are they equal? 2 times 2 is 4, and yes, they are equal. This time, let us substitute negative square root of 2 in our original equation. Are they equal? Negative raised to an even exponent will become positive. And again, this is square root and exponent here will simply cancel out. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Are they equal? Yes, they are equal. Therefore, our answers, positive and negative square root of 2, are correct. Some more? This is quite different, but do not fret. Just follow the steps. Let us extract the square roots on both sides. So this radical symbol and the exponent 2 here will cancel out. Since our c is greater than 0, then we are expecting two roots, positive and negative. And the square root of 25 is 5. So we have on this side is x plus 2, and on this side positive and negative 5. Let us move positive 2 on this side. It will become negative 2. So negative 2 plus and minus 5. Let's take the first one. Negative 2 plus 5. Negative 2 plus 5 is equal to 3. Let's have the next one. Negative 2 minus 5. Negative 2 minus 5 is equal to negative 7. Notice our answers here, two different numbers and two different signs. So let us check each one of them. First, let us substitute 3 in our original equation. So this will become 3. Are they equal? 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Is 5 squared equal to 25? 5 squared is 25, and so they are equal. This time, let us substitute negative 7 in our original equation. So this part will become negative 7. Are they equal? Negative 7 plus 2 is negative 5. Is negative 5 squared equal to 25? Negative raised to an even exponent will become positive. And 5 squared is 25. Yes, they are equal. Therefore, our answers, x equals 3 and x equals negative 7, are correct. Let us do extra challenge. Rome bought a square lot that has an area of 144 square meters. He wanted to have an area in one corner as storage. He wants it to be 3 by 3 square meters. Write a quadratic equation to represent the area of the lot and determine the length of its side. Let us visualize this problem. Let us create a square lot that has an area of 144 square meters. And then, Rom wanted to have an area in one corner as storage. He wants it to be 3 by 3 square meters. Let us say I will take this corner here. So this will be 3 meters, and this also is 3 meters. Let us create a line to show the one corner as storage. So this is the storage area. We are asked to write a quadratic equation to represent the area of the lot and determine the length of its side. Since we do not know the length of this side as well as this one, I'm going to label it as x. They are both x since this is a square lot. And we took 3 meters here. We also took 3 meters here. So the remaining length of this side as well as this side is equal. The area of a square is length times width. If I am going to consider this as my length and this one as my width, then I have x plus 3 times x plus 3. And that is equal to the area 144 square meters. I have here 2 quantity x plus 3. So I could just rewrite this as quantity x plus 3 squared is equal to 144. Now I could extract square roots on both sides. So this radical symbol and exponent here will simply cancel out. 144 is greater than 0. Therefore, we have two roots, positive and negative. And the square root of 144 is 12. On this side, we'll just have x plus 3. Let us move 3 on this side. It will become negative 3. Let's have the first value, negative 3 plus 12. Negative 3 plus 12 is equal to 9. So x is 9 meters. Now the second value is negative 3 minus 12. Negative 3 minus 12 is equal to negative 15. So we have negative 15 meters. But since x here represents length, and take note that we do not have negative length. We do not have negative distance. Therefore, we are going to choose the positive value. X is equal to 9 meters. Let us check our answer. Let us substitute 9 in our equation here. So this will become 9 plus 3 times 9 plus 3 is equal to 144. Are they equal? 9 plus 3 is equal to 12. So I have 12 times 12 is equal to 144. And 12 times 12 is 144. Yes, they are equal. Therefore, the value of x here is equal to 9. Since we are asked to determine the length of the side, then we are going to add this 9 to these 3 meters here. And 3 plus 9 is equal to 12. So meaning the length of the side is equal to 12 meters. For the summary, here are the things that we discussed in this lesson. Take time to understand this. Now it is time to check your understanding. Pause this video for more time. Let us answer. Solve the following quadratic equations by extracting square roots. Number 1, let us extract square roots of both sides. So x minus 5 is equal to the positive and negative square root of 36, and that would be 6. Moving negative 5 on this side, it will become positive. So first we have 5 plus 6, that would be equal to 11. And the other one is 5 minus 6, that would be equal to negative 1. Number 2, we have 4y squared minus 81 is equal to 0. First thing, let us move this to this side. It will become positive 81. We have to divide both sides by 4 so that the numerical coefficient of y squared is just invisible 1. So if we divide both sides by 4, this will become y squared is equal to 81 over 4. Now, let us extract square roots of both sides. So, square root of y squared will simply become y. Then, square root of 81 is 9. Square root of 4 is 2. Greater than 0, so we are expecting two roots, positive and negative, 9 over 2. So, we have positive 9 over 2 and negative 9 over 2. Last one, we have x squared plus 4 is equal to 0. Let us move this on the other side. It will become negative 4. Let us extract square roots of both sides. So this square root and this exponent will simply cancel out. Notice that our c is less than 0, a negative number, meaning we do not have real roots. Gets? Our next lesson is solving quadratic equations by factoring.